My name is Lauren Back, and I am the owner of the Yarn Stories LLC, and we are a yarn store. We sell needles, notions, yarn, books, pretty much anything that you would need to make a fiber arts related project. I just don't think Muncie would be Muncie without small businesses. I don't know, I think it's nice to support your neighbor when you can say, I have this person that lives down the street from me and they own a yarn store, or they own a flower shop, or they own the local coffee shop. And you can say, I like them, I like what they stand for, I like their product, I want to keep this money in Muncie. It's a cool thing to be able to support that. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have spin-in on Tuesdays and knit night on Thursdays. So from 6 to 8, anybody can come in, bring a project that they're working on, and just hang around, have some coffee, tea, work on the project. And a lot of people will bring different things. My husband brings needlepoint sometimes. We've had people bring a little bit of sewing, but it's primarily knitting and crocheting with kind of just a little bit of spinning too. If you can learn just by watching, YouTube is the place for you. I mean, the way I learned was I was working at a church, and my boss at the church showed me how to knit, showed me how to purl, showed me how to yarn over. Everything else that I know about knitting, I have taught myself off the internet. If you take the time and you're motivated enough, you can definitely do it by yourself off the internet. It is a great resource. But I think there's always going to be a need for actual people teaching actual people, because there's always going to be that learning style that needs actual people to learn from. I've always been interested in crafts, like as long as I can remember, and no one in my immediate family is crafty. And so I've always wanted to do things, but there's never really been anybody to teach me. And when my boss at the church was like, look, I'm doing this thing. And for me, I always tried drawing. That was what I wanted to do. And I am too much of a perfectionist when it comes to drawing. I would draw a line and erase the line. I'd draw a line and I would just erase through the paper. It wasn't happening. And I couldn't do ceramics in high school. I have really, really dry skin and psoriasis. And so I would get the slip on my hands and it would be like, yeah, I can't handle it. And so when she was like, hey, I'm doing this thing. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. I don't have to get my hands dirty. I'm not erasing anything. I think we can do this. And it just kind of clicked. And I felt really bad for everybody in my family that year because they all got hand knit washcloths, because that was the year of me learning how to make washcloths. I think there are a lot of people too who really like the idea of carrying on tradition, and knitting and crocheting and sewing and tatting and everything in those veins are carrying on tradition and things that people's grandparents have done and people have done for centuries. And so it's kind of this cool retrospective, being part of something that's bigger than you kind of thing.